sets and complementing networks to bring to the table, because I had a network of young planners that had reached out to me, but I mean, come on, I was like 26, 27 years old at the time. There is a level of respect that it takes a little while to build. And Michael just had the industry expertise. He has his pulse on the industry because, I mean, the kid's doing, speak at 60 conferences this year. He's talking to advisors all the time. And some of his other businesses really allows him to maintain a pulse on where the industry is going. And really have an impact on where the industry is going through the writing on Kitsis.com. So the other piece too is I found that we were really good at ideating together. So he and I both have ideation in our top 5 of strength finders, and so we're strong at being able to sit down and go through ideas, because I'm a guy with 100 ideas a minute. And he's really good at ideating with me and getting through those ideas, but filtering down to, okay, what's reasonable? Which one's going to have the biggest impact? You can't do it all at once. And so for me, he's been a wonderful filter and sort of an offset to my personality. We cross over enough that we don't want to kill each other, but we're different enough that we have complementing skill sets. And so I'll say the only reason we are where we are is because Michael and I teamed up together. I could have never done this without Michael, and he could have never done it without me. This was definitely a two-headed monster of a business. And I'll say the most successful businesses that I see have co-founders. I mean, yes, there are plenty of businesses out there that do it solo, but it's lonely as a solo founder, and you only have one skill set to rely on, and that's yours. And so being able to bring in another level of expertise and just offsetting skill set to be able to round the team out early on, I think is huge. And depending on the business that you're getting in, whether it be financial planning or if you're an entrepreneur thinking about launching a business, teaming up with someone who has massive marketing reach and industry presence is a real benefit. And so we didn't have to spend the money on marketing and sales that we would have had to if Michael hadn't been a co-founder. I mean, to get the level of marketing and reach that Michael brought would have cost tens of millions of dollars, because I would have had to. I mean, he's quoted like every day in some industry publication. To get that level of PR, I've got to have a PR staff. I've got to be running Google ads, and I've got to be at every single conference. He gets paid to be at 60 conferences. We would have to pay, $10,000 to $20,000 to exhibit at a conference, $50,000 if you want a speaking engagement. Well, there's another $1 million+ a year. So he just brought so much to the table, both from a strategic planning perspective and sort of where the industry is going, but also just a plain marketing perspective and marketing reach that we couldn't have afforded, and really allowed us to get off the ground quickly and be able to get a foundation laid for future growth.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, it is lonely. There's a lot of advisors that I work with. I'm trying to help them with their time management and help them to not overwork. You're helping them on the other side as they're getting started and getting them to the point where they, have business. But a lot of them, I've found that have partners seem a little bit more grounded. In fact, I deal with a lot of advisors to help them to have a better relationship with their own spouse as the partner at home. And I know you could probably speak to that too, as the value of the partnership, supporting you in the home, and go get them, So I see that. That's fantastic. And with Michael, the two of you have actually hit some pretty crazy, beginning accolades here. You're the fastest growing company in Montana in 2018. Tell us a little bit about why you guys have been able to be so successful so quickly.
I know, it's crazy. And to be fair, we're in Montana, so I think we're 168th on the list. So, but we did get number 1 in Montana last year. I will say we are helped by the fact that the denominator is small in year 2, and then you go to year 5, it makes it a little easier. But sure. I mean, I'll admit, we never saw this growth coming. We still pinch ourselves trying to figure out how all this panned out. But ultimately, we hit the market at the right time. I mean, I'll say any successful business is definitely a combination of luck and skill, and sometimes the skill is just being willing to put yourself out there and get started, and be willing to pivot and iterate. I mean, we definitely added some services quicker than we thought and changed some things because we realized our marketplace was really asking for something else, and we were willing to change quickly and really figure out who we were selling to and what the model was going to provide. I mean, but ultimately, the financial services industry